In today's video, we're going to continue our coverage on the Kaiju Legendary MonsterVerse. It's been a pretty epic time for you Kaiju MonsterVerse Toho fans over the last month or so, and it's only going to get better and better. But MonsterVerse fans, we need to talk about where the hell is this going. So, before we get into the video, let me know down below, what do you think should happen after the epic finale of Monarch Legacy of Monsters? That was some epic action against the big G himself, Godzilla, and the Iron Dragon. The CGI, the VFX in that scene puts Disney Plus to shame, puts every TV show to shame. The way Godzilla came through, almost like he was walking through the multiverse. I know he wasn't walking through the multiverse. He was coming down to Hollow. It was absolutely insane. So let me know, where should they go with the future of the Kaijus? Because there's a huge opportunity. I know Toho's not planning to do another movie like Godzilla -1 for a very long time, but they've clearly got an audience. So if you're new around here, what the frickin' hell are you doing? Subscribe already. Comment down below everything that you think. So check us out on Instagram at Warstu to see the beautiful face behind the beautiful voice. And also check us out on Twitter or x.com or WarstuG. Right, let's get into this. So, Legendary is absolutely killing it. I know it's an Apple TV show, but it's in collaboration with Legendary Entertainment. So, 10 episodes of Monarch Legacy of Monsters, and Godzilla was literally on the screen for less than 4 minutes-ish time, over 10 episodes. Yet if you look at the numbers it's doing, it's very, very successful for Apple TV. I get it, it's not Netflix, but the stats are looking very good. It's done a lot for the Kaiju MonsterVerse fans. As we know, they go from the 50s, they go into the current day, well, close to the current day, to 2015, and they called him King Kong. Now, there is a bit of a rights issue. They could never release a TV show or movie and actually say King Kong, but they can refer to him as King Kong or KK in TV shows or movies if they want. So, it ends in 2015, Kong Skull Island. And this is interesting because we get the top G and we get Godzilla in the same TV show. It looked like new footage to me. In fact, it looked like new footage. But the VFX and CGI, I mean, I'm not being disrespectful, but the CGI actually looked worse than Kong Skull Island, in my opinion. So a lot of people will say, yo, season 2 should follow Kong, etc. Whatever season 2 does, they could bring it to the current day, to Godzilla vs Kong or Godzilla X Kong, the New Empire. It's a very interesting time because Apple TV is a fairly new platform and it was really popular, and the budget wasn't crazy high for the whole series, realistically. Retrospectively, if you compare it to other shows like She-Hulk, and then you compare that scene when the top G walks in. He walks into the multiverse, aka Hollow Earth, and he dons the Iron Dragon, literally snaps the dragon in half like literally nothing. And that's the 2015 Godzilla. That's not even the current day Godzilla. But it is worth saying that Legendary, the MonsterVerse Godzilla, is way bigger in stature and presence than the Toho version of Godzilla that we've seen, even though the Toho Godzilla was a lot more savage. So the idea of my videos is obviously we're building up the hype for Godzilla X Kong, the New Empire, but where is it all going? The MonsterVerse has to continue. There is so much hype for Godzilla vs Kong. Now, I know it gets a little bit of stick where they say, oh, Godzilla, the MonsterVerse is for kids. It's more action sequences. Yeah, because it has to be. It can't be character driven like the Toho movie is. Because sure, the Toho movies made a lot of money, but it didn't cost much. It cost reportedly between $10 to $15 million before marketing. They didn't really have much of a marketing budget if you look at it, and it's just about to turn over. Just about to do just over $100 million, which, yeah, it's made a lot of money, but realistically, it's not made anywhere near the money, realistically, that Godzilla vs Kong has made. So we get it. These movies have to hold a lot back when it comes to the MonsterVerse movies, because they've got to be built into something kind of like Avengers and Marvel, built up to Infinity War, built up to Endgame. There is a version of that that we could get in the MonsterVerse. Destroy all monsters. And I see it in every single video. People want Destroyer already. They want Space Godzilla, but we've already kind of... Shimo is kind of like Space Godzilla. Now, I do read the comments, and I fully understand. All you guys want Kong to get a redemption arc. And I don't understand why he needs a redemption arc. Because Godzilla bodied him. He really did. Now, Godzilla has the atomic breath. Godzilla is the alpha titan. And Kong is literally just an alpha gorilla. Now, based on the... I mean, I've been getting over 500 comments on most of my Godzilla videos recently. And yeah, sure, if the leaks are true, but I don't know if leaks are true or not. I mean, technically, I could tell you if the plot leak I went over was real or not. I do have, like, literally a legit one, but as I keep saying, I won't go over stuff unless it's publicly revealed. But let's just hypothetically say that Kong's new beast glove gives him some electrical powers. Sure, that would even up the playing field. It really would. And should Godzilla body Kong on land? Yeah, he still should. The sea, no chance. But Kong is a gorilla. Godzilla is an atomic breathing specimen that could body Kong. And I read the comics and you all want some kind of redemption arc. And I feel you. And he's somewhat going to get a redemption arc. But he doesn't really need it because I read a lot of comments on the MonsterVerse pages and a lot on Twitter and in my comment sections, and read some comments on some other YouTubers' videos about this kind of stuff. And a lot of people seem to think Kong was hard done by in the last movie, which I don't really think he was, because Godzilla is Godzilla. Kong is Kong. Now, going forward in the future of the MonsterVerse, I hope they do go back to Kong getting his own movie, because we know Kong will, in theory, become King Kong, even though he sat on the throne in 2021's Godzilla vs Kong, and he should, have his own movies in Hollow-Earth by himself, exploring, and obviously, as we know, by the end of Godzilla X Kong: The New Empire, he's going to have Suku, and there's going to be loads of other Kongs flying around. But there is so much storyline and plot development they could do with Kong by himself, and realistically, it should be, okay, I don't want it to be exactly like Marvel, but we should be getting, a Kong standalone movie with a Godzilla standalone movie and with a Mothra standalone movie. Sure, they can have lots of connective tissue here and there. Like I said, the Monarch Legacy Monsters TV show, there is so many teasers and Easter eggs that sets up stuff for other stuff that came after it, like Godzilla vs Kong, the whole Apex storyline, which literally is setting up how Mechagodzilla came about. So the future of the MonsterVerse is very good. It's just a case of, can Legendary pull it off? Now, I'm not necessarily worried because the distributor is just Warner Bros. Discovery, although I do find it funny when they release it, people are like, yeah, it's not a Warner Bros. Movie, it's a Legendary movie. That's why Dune 1 and Dune 2 will be so cool, because it's a Legendary movie, and respectfully, it's not a Warner Bros. Movie, so you don't have to worry about all the studio interference that they've had for many years that messed up a lot of their DC properties. So I think it's going to be a pretty bright future for Kaiju MonsterVerse fans, and I really hope they adopt this approach of dropping the team-up movies, because as cool as the team-up movies are, it should be like an Avengers level movie when you get to something like destroy all monsters that they have to team up. But why the Avengers movies were so popular was because they did a bunch of standalone movies and then they did a team-up movie. This is 2 back-to-back team-up movies, and we understand why they have to team up, because Scar King is so powerful, not because of himself, because he has access and he can mind control Shimo, the female male, which causes a lot of controversy. Adam Wingard says he's the alpha male. Adam Wingard's not actually addressed Shimo publicly, and they won't until the Super Bowl trailer, when they probably are going to drop. I mean, based on sources, they are pretty much going to put Shimo in the next big trailer. Now, I don't mean TV spots. I mean actual, a real trailer. Shimo will be there. And that's why Scar King is so terrifying and so much of a great threat. He's not more of a great threat than King Ghidorah or anyone really, but he's a big threat because he has access to Shimo, who, in theory, if Shimo is the first Kaiju Titan, then in theory, Shimo should be a lot more powerful than your boy Godzilla in theory. So I'm really looking forward to how this big fight goes down. I did read the comments on the last video. There was over 600 of them. And sure, yeah, like I said, I don't know if that plot leak is real. I think it's fun going over stuff. And people are like, yo, if you don't know if it's real or not, why are you going over it? Because careful for spoilers, it's a leak and you never know if parts are true. I think the main narrative is going to be true, but I don't think all of it's going to be true. I just think it's pretty cool. And the idea of why I cover so many leaks and stuff is because it helps build hype and anticipation for the movie. Just like Spider-Man No Way Home. I don't care what anyone says. If they didn't have multiple YouTubers covering leaks and people on Twitter, etc., hype to leaks and Andrew and Toby, they're in it, they're not in it, that movie would not have been one of the biggest movies ever in terms of how much it grossed at all without this stuff. So the leak community, it's part of hype movies. It has been for many, many years now. It's just the MonsterVerse community, for some reason, I mean, based on the numbers of people that watch my videos when I talk about leaks and stuff, you guys want all this kind of stuff. And sure, there is a post-credit scene. There really is, apparently. Like I say, I don't know, because test screeners, generally you don't get post-credit scenes. I've been told there is a massive stinging post-credit scene that I've not spoken about because I don't like to leak stuff unless it's already out there. But it is there is something that happens at the end of the movie, allegedly, that does tee up something that's already out there. And we get it. Destroyer is already being teased in the kaiju. Yeah, it has, in, I guess you could say, in a roundabout way, but not properly. There's so many other Titans they could introduce. And in this movie, we're going to get lots of different Titans, some that have been officially announced via toys, some that haven't been announced yet. But you better be sure when they drop that SHIMO trailer that should be around the Super Bowl, early February, your boy War Drizzy, your boy Warstu, your boy The Chosen One, I'll be all over that. So like always, guys, please check out the other videos I do. I do like talking about Marvel, DC, and other pop culture related stuff, but for some reason, last month or so, you guys only like the MonsterVerse stuff, so let me know. Is Godzilla X Kong the New Empire pinnacle to the future of the MonsterVerse longevity? I believe it is, and I believe we should get a second season of Monarch Legacy of Monsters, and I think maybe it should follow Kong, but I don't know. Should it follow the top G? I don't know, but it should end up, you know, coinciding with which other next movie is coming, or always be a little bit behind. But there is a lot of criticism around the human side of that TV show. And I don't get it, because the human side was pretty cool. Sometimes the writing was hit and miss here and there. But some people either love the human side or hate it. But Top G only got 4 minutes in 10 episodes. So, and it's one of the highest watched TV shows Apple TV have ever made. So that kind of tells you everything you need to know. The human side can work if it's written in such a way. But people in the MonsterVerse, they just want to see the monsters smash each other. And yeah, that's basically what I want to see as well. So like always, guys, check us out on Instagram at Warstu to see the beautiful face behind the beautiful voice. Check us out on Twitter, WarstuG. And I will catch you in another video very soon, guys. Catch ya later.